And so for John to come in the spirit of Elijah with the same power as Elijah meant to the people that John was going to be calling people to radical repentance. Well, what is radical repentance? Well, there's not an exact definition, so let me just give you my working definition for radical repentance. Radical repentance is when our hearts become so burdened and disgusted by our own sin that we turn our hearts fully over to God. Let me say that again. Radical repentance is when our hearts become so burdened and disgusted by our own sin that we turn our hearts fully over to God. It's when we don't just turn some of our sin over to God and then we try and excuse the rest. No, it's when we become fully sold out to God in every single area of our life that looks like the sinful person that we once were. I think that a band called DC Talk once called these people Jesus freaks. Right? It's okay to be a Jesus freak. It is okay to live with radical repentance. That is actually what we are called to. Radical repentance is when our hearts become so burdened and disgusted by our own sin that we turn our hearts fully over to God. And so the angel was saying that John would call people to radical change in their life, not to follow him, but to be prepared to follow Jesus.